Hey, what's up? This is Mia, and today I'm going to show you how to rebuild your back porch steps like what I got in the back here. So let's begin.
So before I could install a new staircase, I had to demo what was already there. And what's funny is that I think this is a staircase that me and my dad built when I was like 12. It's crazy. Next, I installed a ballast to make sure that you couldn't see directly under the porch. Next, I installed a 2x12 to make sure that the steps had something to anchor to. Next, I installed the stringers to the back plate using stringer anchors. I used about 3 of the anchors and the stringers to make sure that the steps were secure. You also see my little brother stick his head in the picture, being a bugaboo, but hey, that's what little brothers are for. Okay, so next is the stair treads. I cut them down to a little less than 4 feet. And before I screwed them in, I went ahead and did a test run to make sure that they fit the steps. And I have to say, they were perfect. Okay, so I had to do a little moving here and there, but they were good. Okay, so next was the good old screws. I used number 8 2.5-inch screws. I put 2 on each side and 1 in the middle. I had to hurry up and get it done because, as you could tell, the sun was going down. The next day I was back at it and ready to install the post. I had to make sure that they were at least 3 feet at the bottom, but I also needed to add some extra length plus the 3 feet to make sure that it was tall enough for the top. The first few times I got it, but it was like a little space in between because I was freestyling the measurement. But then I got the bright idea to, you know what, use the current railing and measure it off of there. And I have to say, doing that really made a difference. I learned that the angle was 31.6 degrees, which was already on the saw, and I figured out that I needed a little bit more height for the top post. So before I could put the post in, I actually had to take the steps back down and move them about 3 inches to the right. One of my posts were actually blocking the doorway, so I'm glad I did that, and I got it right the next time around. Okay, so for areas that were a little harder to reach once I put the handrails up, I went ahead and painted those to get those out the way. And to go ahead and knock out my top coat or my first coat, I went ahead and painted the steps as well. Now it was time to install the posts for the handrails. I used the hammer drill to make sure that I can get the concrete anchors and the screws in the ground. I made sure an anchor was on each side and then I measured it exactly where the post would go. Before I screwed the posts into the anchors, I wanted to make sure that I drilled some holes on the side of each post so that I can put carriage bolts into the sides so they can attach to the staircase. This was going to add additional support, especially considering that the rails actually don't touch the porch. I marked each area with a marker and pre-drilled so that when I got up to the porch, I could just lean the post against it and use the drill to drill right through. Once the holes were created, I used a carriage bolt to attach the post to the stringers. Then I hand tightened it to make sure it was snug enough for me to finish the taller post and attach the top rail. Once I was done with the bottom post, I then moved to the top post and did the same thing. After everything was secure, I went back in and tightened everything with a wrench to make sure that it would not move at all. Now that I've secured the post, it was time to add the handrail and make sure that the measurements were correct before I screwed them in and moved on to the next step. Learning about that new measurement and repurposing that handrail really helped me make things line up perfectly. And to add additional security, I went ahead and screwed in at least 6 nails on each post to make sure that not only are they concrete in, but they're also screwed down really well. I just rather be safer than sorry, you know? So after I made sure everything was secure and looking beautiful, I went ahead post. And then I went ahead and screwed in the top parts of the handrails so that I can go ahead and finish those as well. I know that I could have pre-painted everything and just put it together, but considering this was my first time, I was willing to go the extra mile to learn. So now it was time for the rest of the rail. I went ahead and worked on the bottom part of the rail next to make sure that everything would be equal on both sides. Then I spaced each piece 12 inches apart in between. So I ended up using about three pieces on each side. After I made sure the measurements were correct, I went ahead and added a couple of screws on each side. To be honest with you, I was kind of questioning how I was going to pull this off, but after I saw it, man, this is freaking awesome. As I was waiting on the staircase to dry, my mom wanted her door to be like a teal color, so I went ahead and knocked that out for her while I was waiting on everything to dry. Finally, to fill in the gaps, I used paintable caulk to give it a clean look. And voila, everything turned out beautifully. If you want to know some of the things that I used to do this build, check out my links in the description below. So I must say that even though this project took a little time, it was well worth it. I was able to help out my mom, and I was able to gain some experience. Oh, and as for the remaining of the valance, we went ahead and repurposed some of that in the space where the risers would go, just to add a little artsy look to it. Either way, it made me happy and it turned out very beautiful. Knowing what I know now, I can't wait for my next build.
Alright, so that wraps up the project for today. It turned out awesome and it turned out very sturdy. I am so proud of it. Look at it. Isn't it awesome? Anywho, if you have not already, go ahead, subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can know when the new videos pop up. And if you have any comments or questions or words of encouragement, let me know in the comments below. So, with that being said, have an awesome day and stay super-tastic.